The Loyalists. Alright. Look inside.
Starting at last, Admiral. We found our man. Even after 6 months in Coldridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story, Trevor. We all have our suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
Of
This
course.
isn't one of your fancy dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Well, I am here.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Sounds good.
The Weeper count for the month of C has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
So the spy master has become Lord Regent, I believe. Which was his plan the whole time. Anyway. Open door. Coin. I want to get all the loot we can get here. Are there any secrets back here? No. Doesn't look like it.
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Arrows over there. Hello. Lydia.
My, you must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
Excerpt from a series of overseer invocations by High Overseer Abraham Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd for the foggy gray wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. Yeah, sounds like kind of like fear-mongering, but maybe there's some truth to it. I don't know. Right. not mean to.
You do that?
Yeah.
Do not
It's
attempt
nothing.
to house or...
Oh. It's a nice song.
care for
Cool.
a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way
sweeping.
to help them is to bring them
Doesn't
to the
seem to
city
be
hall.
working
They will
much.
be taken to the flooded
If I
district
may,
for
I am the
treatment.
personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
Thank you. What else do we have here? A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2. A lot of books and the like. Processed whale oil. 30. Alright. Oh boy. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 1, or A Gaffer's Early Adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood, leaving behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we'd always known. We boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the Gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so as the wind and pounding waves, racing after a wounded whale, being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me, so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned, tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes. But she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. And this is, a Gaffer's final passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime, but it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. Was this, which empress are they talking about? They talking about the one that, from this game, that just got slain? Or did a different empress get slain? Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pendicia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. Quite depressing. Audiograph player.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we have moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. The Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... To the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-bomb. Is this off? Switch. Switch, where the hell is it?
He found it. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass-produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. He didn't know me very well then.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the
door.
river crust infestation has spread
Nice.
downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach.
Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise, esoteric patterns, knots, and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. "So you are the lover, I presume. You two have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended." Weird.
Destroy a river crust.
What do you mean, mended? Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. This is from a theater play. "How dare you, sir, clothe so in my very home? I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tibian." Prince Kalisar, moving closer. "That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone." Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. "What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal." Prince Kalisar, smiling coyly, reaching out. "No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family." Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. "Oh my, Kalisar, your skin is so warm, it burns." Wow.
Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
Alright, is my room in here? No, I don't know what this is. Oh, that's worth a lot of money. Hello? Again.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days.
Yeah.
But you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it seems to be.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Oh my god. Why are you standing so close to me? You didn't like me listening to your audio diary? He seems awful rich. That's or he has a very I don't know what's the word. Like he thinks he's above everybody. These are my chambers. Alright, let's get all the coin we can get. Hello, Cecilia.
The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress. But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
Yeah.
Information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
Can these be opened? They can probably be broken. I don't need to do that though. Oh, there's some over there. Oh! Come on. I have to get it. Oh, you know what? Maybe it'll be easier once I have certain powers. Mainly blink, because I know about that one. For sure. What building is this? This is his workshop.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
Thank you.
No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil's running.
Excuse me.
Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? But be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
Pierre, no, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal? Tivian ore? What's wrong with the metals and crystal? King sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you need was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper, wire, or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city's in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the odd crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock. A Second Solution by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy. A name I did not choose, if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so afflicted, and it is nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it is true that Pierre's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties, not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. And it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest, for you see, Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants in the key ingredients making up Pierre's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Renhaven River. Well, he thinks very highly of his remedy. I can mess with the vice and the grindstone. Star chart. Oh, worth quite a bit of coin. I need the workshop key to go in there. excerpt from a manual on New City Watch procedures, commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis. The dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. Failed experiments by Piero. Of course I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's design, of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Whale vivisection. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in the physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 feet in length. I estimated she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within I found row upon row of teeth, and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Alright, that was not written by Piero, I don't believe. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly for once. Cool. Founder of Greaves. Ebenezer Greaves. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. That's not nice to do the whales.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substances developed. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
It's a little, messed up. Well, we already have a totally fine tank.
Perfect. Now plug it in.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Center lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables, and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Let's have a look. Alright. These sleep bolts are the only things that are not really lethal. Let's look at upgrades. Oh boy. Bone charm capacity. That's probably worth it. Maybe I should just get the, both of the bone charm upgrades. That sounds kind of nice. Maybe get, let's get mask optics. There you go. Do I want to buy sleep bolts? I'll buy a few of them. Okay.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
Yes, you're right. I'll head to my room for sleep.
Sleep well.
Nighty nights. I have woken up in my room, and it's raining outside. Oh. This is not normal. We have entered dreamland.
Hello, Corvo.
Hello.
Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider.
I've heard of you.
And this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world. Great forces that we call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power. My gift to you. Come find me.
Alright. Blink. You can execute a fast and stealthy forward dash through the world. You can also use it to move upward, but the distance is reduced. Aiming at ledges will allow you to blink forward and climb up. Alright. Makes good sense. Now we can start having fun. Fallen letter. You cannot save her. Well. Yeah, she's dead. But I can maybe save Emily. Oh, wow. T to drink a mana potion. Oh boy, Emily's letter. These people don't seem very nice. Do I recognize them? Not really. Emily's letter. Corvo, I am very sad. They say that you're dead like mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. I will try. That is my objective, I think. The Lord Regent is angry. You can see Dunwall's there, but we can see more of the world. I will say they definitely, like, one of the coolest parts of this game is its world building, because there's, you know, they do a good job of making you feel like there's more happening in the world outside of the city itself, which is neat. And these just look like citizens are getting terrorized. Blow out the candles. Oh.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo.
Yeah.
Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
There's a rune that way. Opening the heart in your left hand helps you locate bone charms or runes even through walls. The heart beats and lights when you are facing a bone charm or a rune, and it beats faster as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you press right-click while targeting a person or location.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Is that all you have to
all
say?
All time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries.
Right.
Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky.
Sounds like a interesting day. There's a potion. This is that tower near our place, but it's sideways. We can just kind of drop down here. Huh.
The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort in bones gnawed by teeth.
That's very poetic. Let's drop down here. spiritual remedy. Yeah, get blink out. Rune. Once you've collected some runes, open the journal and go to the powers section to exchange them for powers. Runes can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. Okay, I can get dark vision. See in the dark and see living beings through walls, including their fields of vision. Representations of the sounds that you make are also visible. That's going to help us a lot with being stealthy, knowing where people are. So let's do that. Alright. Alright. Neat.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Thank you, Mr. Outsider. Oh, we woke up with the mark. It wasn't just a dream. Mystical fish artifact. Oh, that's a bone charm. Bone charms provide small supernatural benefits. Locate them by listening for the song they emit. By default, you can activate up to 3 bone charms at once in the bone charm section of the journal. Let's get all the bone charms. Alright, these... Oh yeah, there's a lot I can read here. I'm just gonna slowly scroll through these, because I don't really feel like reading them right now. But I'll probably read them on my own time, and you guys can, you know, pause and read if you want. Alright, cool. There's that one. There's this one. There is this one. Because these are quite long, and there's a lot of them here in this one spot. We have one more here. All right. That should take care of all of the readables in this room. It's evening now. Alright, well, I pretty much explored most of this place. But now I can get that, can I make the jump? Yeah, I didn't even need blink. But blink will help to have exploring this place further. Oh, we should also look for any ruins.
Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands.
We're doing dogfighting? Oh yeah, this is the Hound Pit's pub, isn't it?
Such laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time.
Is there a way to get to the basement?
The old port district has been added to the evacuation list.
Admiral Havelock has seen more corpses than all the rest put together.
Says he was in the Navy too long. Can you believe it?
Oh.
That pile of wood out there? It's a hovel he built from an old rowboat. Where does Admiral Havelock find these people, I wonder?
Deals are made here. Sometimes under the influence of wine. And sometimes the influence is the point of a knife.
Alright, I think I've been in... Yeah, I've explored all of these. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, where was that? I got distracted. We can go down below here. Are there really dogs down here? Oh, no, but there's more whale oil. So that's cool.
Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
All right. Before talking to him, already read that. Was this audiograph
Part
here?
of the soul.
It wasn't.
In the heart. If the heart keeps beating, does that mean that the spirit is never released into oblivion? I can keep a heart beating forever with electricity, but what does that mean for any essence trapped within? It'd be easier if I created these processes in waking hours. I am uneasy pursuing avenues that emanate from my dreaming mind.
He's maybe a little crazy. That's okay though. I'm crazy too because I had a dream where I'm, though I'm not actually crazy, it's just crazy stuff is happening. One of the advantages of Sokolov's technologies is that they share the same magnetic socket for the tanks of processed whale oil they use as fuel. When a tank is exhausted, another can be plugged into place with ease, and the process is simple enough that any common workman or even the lower guardsmen of the City Watch can handle the task. This applies to the arc pylon and wall of light security systems, as well as the powered carriages used for transport by those few who are wealthy enough to afford them. The only obvious downside of Sokolov's designs is the volatility of the tanks themselves. A few incidents have occurred resulting in damage to property or bodily harm whenever one of the tanks has exploded. Alright, we need to be careful around any tanks of whale oil we find, I guess. Reading that. Oh, I hope he doesn't mind if I take his key. Even though it's just the for this door that just goes outside. All right. Let's see if there is. Can I make it up there? No, it's kind of. Oh. Wait for it to refill. There you go. So we want to be, you know, a little mindful of how we use blink, because if we don't use it like in quick succession, we can, you know, you might not have to run out of mana. We can save mana that way. Alright, there's a audio player.
Elementary sums. History of the Isles. Geography of the Isles. The Seven Strictures. Litany of the White Cliff. Sayings of the Overseer. One day we'll get a few new books.
The Fugue Feast. Excerpt from a book on the celebrations and holidays. At the end of every year, after the last day of the month of songs, we begin the Fugue Feast. The new year has not started, and thus the time that follows is outside the calendar. A period of celebration and feasting begins, during which the people abandon the very practices that keep them whole and healthy over the year. Many leave their homes euphoric with spirits or potent herbs. Some paint their faces or wear masks to conceal themselves as they pursue their passions without reservation. When the right cosmological signs are observed and it is time for the calendar to begin anew, the sitting High Overseer calls for the hymn of atonement, and the Fugue Feast ends. Families return to their homes, the wives to their husbands, enemies put down their weapons, and fires are extinguished. No complaint is given for those who have wronged others, deviated from ancient codes, or discarded oaths, for this time, during the astrological alignment, does not exist and is not recorded. So yeah, it's the purge. The following day starts the new year, marked on the first day of the month of Earth, as it has always been. Call to the spheres. My stomach twisted as the engines of the odd vessel roared louder. It was the creation of Orcado, third prefect from the Academy of Natural Philosophy. He was exhilarated, savoring each of the small craft's undulations. Orcado pulled a lever, and a great gout of smoke surrounded us. The smell of burning whale oil grew unbearable as the machine propelled itself upward. I was too afraid to look through the window, which suddenly didn't feel thick enough. As if knowing my thoughts, Overseer Bryn looked at me and smiled. Recite some of the litany, my pupil. It will protect your heart from the turpitude of the void on our way to the outer spheres. Alright, it sounds like, yeah. They are, they went into outer space in this fictional story. And the spheres probably are other planets. Alright, I already read this one. That's how overseers are chosen. Okay. I think we are... Well, we gotta get that rune still. I don't remember if fall damage is a thing in this game or not. I don't think it would be, but I'm not sure. Get the heart out. There is a rune over this way. quite hear it. There it is. The powers you obtain from runes can be used creatively to defeat enemies or move through the environment, blink from roof to roof, possess rats and fish, or slow time before rushing a group of enemies. Okay. Are there any more... Are there any other ones that I really want? Oh boy, a lot of these cost more runes than I have. I might save up for now. I don't know if vitality is that big of an issue for me, really. Because I don't plan on getting seen and attacked. Ever. White rats can be consumed for mana. There's a lot of these. That is pretty good, I think. That's probably pretty good for being stealthy. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. That one's obviously good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. I guess this one. Yeah, I'm guessing, I don't know, a lot of these come with like maybe the definitive edition, because it seems kind of a little OP that I get all those bonuses right away. But so be it. I'm still probably gonna struggle with this game. Let's go check out Admiral Havelock. I can't go back there, it doesn't seem like. Hello.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you. Another thing.
I can do it.
Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits.
Rescue Martin, got it.
Oh.
Hello.
Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. but he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison, and I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
Yeah, I can probably do that. I think Kerr now is the one I came in on the boat with at the beginning of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Hello.
When you want to set out.
Make sure there were not any more runes. There were not. Okay. Alright, I'm ready to go.
Just wondering, sir, if you thought about perhaps seeing Piero before venturing into the Overseer's nest. I'd recommend going with the best gear you can get together.
I think I'm good. It's not like I have that much money, as far as I know. Inventory. I think I'm good.
I'm ready when you are, sir. Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Let's go then. Take me to the distillery district. High Overseer Campbell leads the city's militant religious faction and is a close ally to the Lord Regent. Campbell is completely corrupt and holds the secret to Emily's location. Infiltrate the office of the High Overseer, steal Campbell's journal, and eliminate him. An ally to the Loyalists, Martin is being held there. Free him and allow him to escape. Those are my main mission objectives.
It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. And there are the real odd birds living on the fringes, like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts. I don't know which is worse. Just take your pick.
Alright. Eat the rat skewer. We will begin our first mission in the next episode. See you guys then.